Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Dusk.
Slada.
Radiant team pick.
Winter Wyvern.
Dire team pick.
Dazzle.
Hello and welcome. I am 71 from New Meta Media, and this is the JDL League Season 8 group stage between Last Tryhards and Ancient Warriors DK. And joining me is my fellow co-broadcaster, DJ Sneak. DJ Sneak, how you doing?
I'm doing great and excited about the picks that have happened so far.
Excellent. You mentioned on the side that we're having some quick things, so let's go over these a little bit. So, Shadow Fiend, Queen of Pain, TA getting banned out on the side of Last Tryhards, and on the opposite side we have Darkseer, Doom on Ancient Warriors DK. What do the bans say to you on Last Tryhards? First of all,
I'm getting the impression from Last Tryhards that they're banning.
Radiant team ban.
They're doing respect bans because those are not super common. They are mostly mids, so maybe they just want to get rid of the whole mid pool for Ancient Warriors. The Ancient Warriors bans are pretty standard.
Remaining.
The Doom and the Darkseer. They don't want to deal with like a crappy
5 seconds
Darkseer
remaining.
pushing into a looks like maybe a safe lane slaughter.
I agree with you on the mids. That's kind of what I was looking for there. I was kind of cherry picking your answer just a tiny bit. I'm looking at some stats, and Ancient Warriors has most banned Darkseer, so it looks like that's their go-to for their bans. Guessing that's part of their strategy because they do have a Winter Wyvern and a Spirit Breaker in here right now. So I think they want to keep that team fight area really, really locked down. They don't want a wall vacuum coming out from that Darkseer. And the same is to said with Doom, Earthshaker, and Disruptor. All heroes with big ultimates that really mess up the area of the team fight.
It's really interesting. A lot of the dire bans, a lot of the Last Tryhard bans are like single target kind of tanky heroes, whereas the bans we're seeing from Ancient Warriors are all team fight bans.
Yeah, this is curious. I like to see these two different strategies going on right now. I think you're going to see Ancient Warriors going strong in that team fight, and I think you'll see Last Tryhards, the supports or the gankers, roaming a lot more. So I guess it depends. I think it really depends on who gets the momentum going first.
The Dazzle Tusk roaming duo is very strong. We see Tusk in a lot of pro games right now, and he is such a good roamer. If he gets early levels, if he can get a couple of kills in the first 5 minutes and get to level 6 very quickly, he is one of the most effective characters to have on the map in the early end of the game.
I like that because Ogre Magi. I like that because I think Spirit Breaker and Tusk both serve a very strong purpose, even when they're not seen on the map, and that is that they're not seen on the map, and it makes everyone else get a little prickly and a little scared, and you're like, where's that Tusk, where's that Spirit Breaker? So we're gonna see a little bit of like fight or flight going on from both sides of the team.
Yeah, we saw that a lot with techies during TI. They're characters that make you play differently than you normally would. Kind of sets you on the back foot a little bit, makes you play a little bit more defensively. It's interesting that they're going to go with a Core Tusk. I haven't seen a Core Tusk in a while. The Ogre Magi, probably one of the strongest supports in my book. He is so good at zoning out, even though he's melee. He can just take tons of hits. His level 1 armor.
I think Tusk, Dazzle, and Ogre Magi could switch between who. I mean, Dazzle probably mainly position 5 or hard support, but they can kind of share the load on this. I think.
That's true. Get Ogre like an early Ags.
Yeah, and I like this Wind Ranger pickup a lot, mainly because, to get on my soapbox, I think she's one of the best heroes in the game right now. She is a jack of all trades and a master of none, and I think it's fantastic. Do you think this Wind Ranger will be carry at offlane Slardar, or do you think they'll send Slardar safe lane and let Wind Ranger have mid or offlane?
I don't know. The mid pick hasn't been revealed for Last Tryhards, and so I think that Ancient Warriors has a lot of
team ban.
Versatility here. Like, Slardar can go into the offlane, go into the safe. Wind Ranger can go in any lane, pretty much. And I guess it'll be maybe a Spirit Breaker support.
I'm really liking this Spectre pickup from Last Tryhards because we identified that they're going with a ganky build, or at least we're, suggesting it. The Spectre can just haunt in wherever she wants when the Tusk is like, hey, I have a kill, come get it.
They are a little melee heavy, right? That's something.
That is very, very true. I did not notice that. So being melee heavy, they are going to be grouped up trying to hit the same target. Spiritbreaker will be able to charge through them. Winter Wyvern will be able to use her Winter's Curse and make them all attack the same target. And Wind Ranger will be able to land all the shackles she wants.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Slaughter Crush, if he just gets, you know, next to 2 melee heroes, that's
10
not...
seconds remaining.
That's a guaranteed stun.
The last pick here, I think, is
5
going to be really
seconds
interesting
remaining.
for both teams because they both have. Last Tryhards needs a mid. They don't have one right now, unless there's some
Reserve
custom
time.
mid, and I think that's super dangerous. So it'll be really interesting to see
Radiant
what
team
both
pick.
teams pick up here.
I think we're going to see a harder carry out of Ancient Warriors. I don't think Slaughter is going to be the main hard carry. I think it's going to be Winter Wyvern and Spiritbreaker. Maybe, no, Juggernaut? What would be it?
Juggernaut wouldn't be too bad here. Although they're pretty tanky in fire.
Ember. I think it's going to be Ember. Oh, they're
10
taking their
seconds
sweet time, though.
Very good.
5 seconds remaining.
Then would you send the Wind Ranger into the mid and Ember Spirit?
Reserve
safely?
time.
Yeah, probably. Or you can send Ember mid. Slaughter safe lane, Ember mid, Wind Ranger off lane.
Yeah, Razor actually wouldn't be too bad here mid as well. Get a little bit more tank on their team, and he can really disrupt team fights.
Yeah, he can.
Spectre illusion is decent as well.
His shackle, or excuse me, his tether. Since most of the last tryhards are melee, that would be really strong. He'd be able to tether to anyone and kind of just follow the rem around, put them on his little electric leash, as it were.
He's so fast.
He's fast as lightning.
And with Spiritbreaker's aura, wow. Like they have a very, very quick team right now, and the aura on Spiritbreaker with the Slardar is really scary. Slardar can set up all kinds of stuff.
So is this if they pick up the Razor, is it team gotta go fast?
Yeah. So Last Tryhards needs a mid still, and I mean they're going to be able to counterpick whatever this last pick is a little bit, but there's, like I said before, there is a lot of versatility in Warriors in their lane combinations. Is there anything you are looking to see? They banned out a tremendous amount of mids. Last Tryhards have. So they must be looking for something very specific and something that's a little
10
niche.
seconds remaining.
I think you're going to be looking for a. I think they're
5
going to be
seconds
looking
remaining.
for a tanky core. Ooh, Viper. Okay.
Fire team pick.
Yeah, it doesn't get picked up a lot right now, and it kind of prevents Last Tryhards from picking up a mid that, I mean, like a Lina, who's still in the pool, surprisingly. Actually, Lina would still be pretty good against Viper.
I was thinking of
Zeus.
Viper earlier when last tryhards were on their third ban and they banned TA. I was like, just pick the easy mid, pick Viper, like let him
10
the
seconds
Cadillac of heroes, just let him cruise around and do things.
5 seconds
Yeah, so I mean,
remaining.
what we still got in the pool that's any good, the Zeus would provide a lot of global with the
Reserve
Spectre and a good setup for the roaming of Tuscan Dazzle. Lina would also be good. She's a great roamer. She gets her Yule. She's really fast. She can throw people up in the air and get
10
easy
seconds
ones.
remaining.
The horn of Magnus.
Magnus. Okay. This is interesting. That's a good tanky choice for this, I
They
think.
just have a lot of melee.
Yeah, a lot of melee, and if they had picked the Zeus or the Lina, I think they would have been Team Squish. Like, Ogre Magi would have been, and Tusk, I guess, but still, it's rough. Okay. Oh, we got an early TP from Virios. He's going to go get that vision down there, and then we'll...
Both teams, actually.
Oh, both teams? Oh, yeah, looks like we got another one. So I'll do a quick intro for LTH, and you can handle the other side if you wish, sir.
I wouldn't think it.
On the side of LTH, on LTH, we have Soul Eye on the Spectre. We have Donzi on the Ogre Magi. We have Never Say No to Panda on the Magnus. Hari on the Dazzle, and the early vision was Virios on the Tusk in the back here in the Dire Secret Shop right now.
And for Ancient Warriors, we have Game Online on the Wyvern,
30
Supercell on the
seconds to
Viper.
battle.
Oh wait, that's not Game Online, that's IVZ on the Winter Wyvern, Supercell on the Viper. CY minus on the Wind Ranger, June on the Slardar, and Rezik on the Spirit Breaker.
Okay, might have a little bit of action on both sides, but I think it's just going to be guaranteed runes for each side right now. Yeah, Magnus picks up and Wind Ranger. So it looks like it's going to be Magnus and Wind Ranger versus each other in the mid lane, which is, I think, interesting. Who do you think this goes to, and how do you think they need to handle the mid strategy on each side here?
I mean, I strongly think that this Viper is going to... Oh, no, it's Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger is definitely going to win this lane. The Magnus is going to have to use his Shockwave quite a bit for last hits. He's going to take a lot of harass from the Wind Ranger, and when she's like level 2 or 3, she's going to be quite a force to be reckoned with.
She has a lot of sustain in lane right now. She has her own tangos and 2 pooled tangos. So someone was very nice. And top lane, we have a little bit of harass on Dawn Z from the Winter Wyvern and her ally Viper. They have a lot of right-click harass they can do with the Splintering Blast and whatnot.
They definitely went with an odd lane combination here on Ancient Warriors, which is probably going to throw off LTH a little bit here. Tusk is kind of a standard offlaner, but they've got the Slardar and the Spirit Breaker together in safe.
It's going to make Tusk's life a little harder, but I think the action we're going to be looking for is top lane. I am interested in down here, but there's a lot going on up here right now. The Ogre's trying to zone JVZ and Supercell, but it's very difficult. IVZ, thank you. Ibs.
And it's interesting, we don't see a lot of tri-lanes anymore. They're not as strong as they used to be, and this one is not a strong tri-lane. Once this Dazzle leaves lane, the Spectre's going to be in a lot of trouble.
We've got a crush on Virios and a charge to follow it up, but the creeps are going to do a lot of damage to June right now. So it's just kind of a casual zoning trading of blows.
Get a little over-aggressive on Slardar.
And the sentry down here just barely missed this camp, unfortunately. So they're not going to see it. It's going to stay blocked. They're not going to be pulling anytime soon.
Although the lane is pushing out quite a bit. Oh, no.
Oh, June, you might be taking some damage. That is first blood.
Yeah, and again, he got caught taking a ton of creep damage. That was really well played by Virios.
I think he's Virios, not sure. You know, call us out in the chat if we're pronouncing it wrong. That's very good for Tusk. It's going to give him that extra early gold lead. I think the problem with the Slardar taking the creep damage is I think he's trying to zone too much and taking too much aggro from the creeps, and that's a difficult line to walk.
Probably going to see another pretty slow set of lanes here. The Spectre is not getting much. Oh, she's got 14 last hits.
Got a charge. They want to get that first blood gold back. June is hitting him. If he can get a lucky bash, they might be able to get it. There's the lucky bash. Snowball defensive. They walk him away, further away, so they can get back on him. The clarity is popped. Or excuse me, salve. And the bash.
That was very patient from Ancient Warriors.
Yeah, it's when you get a defensive snowball like that, just backing off and letting the snowball go where you want it to go is great. And now Solai is taking a lot of damage from the casual right clicks and harass from Supercell and Ibs. So top of the charts on the last hits are Wind Ranger, Slardar, and Viper. So, and then Spectre is just barely behind Viper on last hits, but Spectre really needs these last hits. She really needs to come online.
And as expected, Wind Ranger is beating the Magnus pretty hard in lane. The extra regen that she's got has been helping a lot with the shockwaves. Ooh, and she bottled a Beast Rune.
Spiritbreaker might be getting into position here so that he can charge mid if Windranger can haste and harass him into a shackle. But it looks like he's not interested. He's walking all the way to the top lane. I think he's taking his time, waiting for the right time to charge, and kind of giving them a little bit of fear because they don't see Spiritbreaker on the map. Yeah, spooking. That's a good way to phrase that.
Getting a little bit of last hits on the supports here, now that they've done a little bit of creep pulling.
This pentagram of, or pentagon, excuse me, of positioning. Look at them. And here comes the charge on Hari. He does not have Shallow Grave leveled. He might be saving it. He levels Shallow Grave, tosses it out. Very well played by Hari, and Rezek is trying to disengage, but it's very difficult. He will fall. Ibs is falling to the right clicks of 4 team members.
It's kind of a clunky engagement. I'm surprised that they committed to getting the Dazzle under the tier 1. They had 3 heroes there, and Ancient Warriors only had 3, and none of them were really in position to do enough damage.
It's a very dangerous play, especially on a Dazzle. Like he hasn't revealed Shallow Grave. You don't know if he has it. That's a dangerous gamble. It looks like Solai is being charged. I don't know if they actually want to go on this. They're going to dive under the tower again. We'll see how this goes. Splinter Blast doesn't hit Solai. Hari TP's in to heal, and they have to disengage. They're just taking too much tower damage. The creeps aren't there to help them. Spiritbreaker hiding off in the trees. I don't know if they saw him go over there or if they just assumed he's going somewhere else. Bottom lane, Windranger is taking a lot of damage from the Tusk, but he can't quite get to her. Excuse me, bottom rune, not bottom lane.
Looks like she's going to be going for early phase boots.
Ignite damage slowing down Mommy Popsicle Dragon. Viper's here to right-click down the Spectre. Spiritbreaker comes from the back end. He was hiding in the trees, having a little camp out. Magnus is coming into support. He's got a good skewer, and he helps with the double kill. Winter Wyvern's still hiding in the trees, eating her way through, trying to hide. The dagger is off the mark, so she will be able to hide for a little bit.
She does not have a TP scroll, so she is stuck there.
Yeah, she's...
It's some in the back.
They might have noticed, they might not have. They're going to have to hang out for a little bit, or just push the tower.
The rotations from LTH are just so good. Like, they're really quick to respond and help out their teammates. I mean, they did rotate 5 heroes into this top lane, but it's helping. Like, the Ancient Warriors just can't push any lanes yet. Like, they haven't really been able to capitalize on the 5-man rotations up to the top lane. They really want to protect that sector.
On the flip side of that, they are defensive rotations, so they need to make sure the Spectre doesn't like fall back so hard that she can't come back into the game. And meanwhile, Slardar and Windranger are enjoying a little bit of that free farm in the mid lane and bottom. Slardar's rotated top, but mind you, he has 44 last hits, followed by Windranger with 41, so that's a fair amount of gold.
Yeah, he's doing really. Slardar's doing really well.
So there's always a yin-yang, there's always a balancing act. You're defensively rotating, but the other team's getting gold. So it all depends on what you do with those resources that you're now committing to that hero.
I just think the late game is much better for LTH than it is for Ancient Warriors. They've got a really, really strong mid game, but if they don't finish it up in like under 40, maybe 45 minutes, it's going to be really tough for them.
Ooh, had a little bit of a lag spike there. I hope it doesn't happen again.
Gonna go back into kind of a comfortable laning phase. Spectre is actually far behind on.
Tower is under attack.
Never say no to Panda. Might be a little too far forward. Rizik is gonna casually charge him, try and knock him around. Virios is coming around. They don't have vision of it, but they're still playing safe. He's trying to disrupt this stack that they've made. Great shackle. He uses the RP to try to disrupt. Spectre comes in. She's deciding to haunt in, but she does not want to jump in.
She just hit this.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So the Magnus falls. He was a little too far forward, trying to be aggressive and ruin this stack that Wind Ranger has, but in the end, she's going to get the stack and the kill, I think.
Had a really good skewer there, and may have been able to follow up if the Spectre had gotten a little bit more farm top lane.
Yeah, Spectre just doesn't... She's barely got treads, and she's working on her Wraith Band now, so she just doesn't have enough strength or enough hitting damage yet. It looks like it's going to be an early teamfight Spectre as well. I don't think she's going to go for the Radiance build. Wow, excellent ward placement. Here comes Rezik on the Spectre. Amplify damage is on her, and she does get crushed. It looks like they want to disengage, maybe biting off more than they can chew. Spectre's still alive. Iviz is getting wailed on by the Ogre Magi, and Wind Ranger on the side is committing her ultimate, but the Snowball disrupts it. We've got two different fights going on, one in the river and one on top. This is... Oof.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
LTH trying to disengage. It might be a 3-for-1. It is.
More for your money.
They do get the Spectre out, but that was a big gold swing in
Dire's middle tower
Warrior's
is under
favor.
attack.
I think that's indicative of what LTH is putting their eggs... Which basket they're putting their eggs in. They want to keep the Spectre alive. That's very important to them.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And it looks like they're gonna have to respond to this fight top. Oh, he's he's frosting the creep. That's cheeky. I love it. I have not seen that before. That is clever.
Dire's
Just
top
keep it
tower
alive a
is under
little bit
attack.
longer so they can get some damage on this.
Here comes the Space Cow. He's interested in no Panda.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Spectre's haunting in. They might be able to try to go in on this. It looks like top is more where the action is. Spectre's going on Spectre's going on Aviz. Dawn ZYY gets Shallow Grave, but will at the end. The Snowball comes in, punches the Viper, and they will just fall one by one for a tower. Not sure about that trade.
That was a 2-for-3 in a tower.
And Magnus was able to pick up the kill on the Spirit Breaker.
Definitely not in the Warrior's favor. They've just taken a good fight and kind of fed the Spectre back into the game.
Yeah, let's take a look at that gold swing from that fight.
It's actually surprising how far ahead Ancient Warriors
Radiant's
is in
top
gold.
tower is under attack.
I think they've just been playing the last hits game, my man.
Yeah.
A little bit of grouping in the mid lane. They could have a smoke or something similar. Yeah, they do have a smoke on the Ogre Magi.
It looks like they want to defend this mid lane pretty hard.
It would open up a lot of the map to Ancient Warriors if they were to get this mid tower. They would be able to roam to the jungle a little bit easier, a little bit more access to Roche.
They can start taking away Spectre's jungle farming ability.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that
Dire's
top tier
bottom
1,
tower
taking away
is under attack.
her protection from the tier 1.
Yeah, she will have to, you know, kind of farm as best she can right now. With the Magnus in power, she is going to be doing a lot of damage on the cleave hits.
Yeah, Magnus is getting pretty close to his Blink Dagger. He's about 400 away now.
Oh, they are going on this Spectre. The Crush and Bash are online. That's just a chain stun. She can't do anything about that, and Hari has to try to TP away or just take the death. Yeah, he has to just take the death.
Lucky Dash. That will set the Spectre's Radiance back quite a bit. I think that's what he said in that club.
He had a fair chunk of gold, so yeah, that is a possibility.
Plus, he's at almost 1,800 and he's back down to 12. 14.
It looks like the task of Mechanism is falling to Tusk, so he won't be building anything like a Desolator or a Shadowblade this game. He's got his Arc Boots online and then Mech, so we'll see how that affects their team fight. Not a very gank-oriented Tusk. Spectre haunting in on the bottom lane to kill that Viper.
What did you expect?
Excellent
yeah, they do
play.
connect 3 heroes to it.
That's fair for a Viper. How much gold swing is that? 317 gold. Who'd that go to? Magnus?
700 swing in favor of LTH, so it's pretty good. Magnus kind of stole that last hit for the kill on the Viper with his Shockwave.
Might see a charge come down bottom. They are revealing a lot, and Spraybreaker might be interested to go in on this.
I'm crushing that bottom tier 1 quite a bit for the Radiant. Meanwhile, we've got the middle tier
Dire's
1 being
middle tower
pressured,
is under
and
attack.
Ultimate is committed to it.
Dire's structures.
We got a TP coming in mid, an RP from Magnus, great skewer. Now they're just gonna wail on this Wind Ranger to see what happens. She's trying to TP out, but the stun is there.
They just had enough damage to take her out and put this under. This is exactly what LTH needs. They need to create some more space for the Spectre, who's gotten kind of fallen a little bit behind. She's about 1,500 away from her relic, which will help her farm quite a bit more.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's just hitching a ride because there's no one in the area. If he goes in on her by himself, that could be trouble.
There isn't anybody with him. He does just fail.
Yeah, he was just hitching a ride, and she has Empower, so that's helping her farm quite a substantial amount. It's much easier to get last hits for her.
Looking at the net worth chart, we've got predictably Dazzle on bottom. It's just barely below the Winter Wyvern. The Spectre's starting to pull away.
Dire's middle tower is under
That's
attack.
quite a chunk of change for her. She's been a part of a lot of kills. We've got multiple TPs coming in mid. I think Magnus is interested in this. Oh, but he gets caught on Slardar with the blink and the crush. Amplify damage is on Magnus, so a few more last hits. The mech comes in to save him and the Shallow Grave. They're going to have to waste a lot of resources to take him down. Meanwhile, double power shot on Hari and the Ogre Magi.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The lockdown is real from Ancient Warriors, and they get the tower.
And just showing how quickly the game can change. That was almost 2,000 gold swing in the favor of Ancient Warriors. Hopefully that'll get the Winter Wyvern some much needed gold. For farm.
I'm really curious as to how June had the vision on Magnus, or if he just knew he was there to blink in and crush him and disrupt the Blink Dagger. Because if Magnus had that initiation, that would have been really rough.
This ward right here.
Oh, here we go. We've got a Blink Crush on Solai, and the Bash Lords are going to town on him.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh, I see
is
the
under
ward.
attack.
Thank you for pointing that out to me. That's a great ward. That is strong.
It's providing a ton of vision. Like right now, Ancient Warriors is winning the vision game part. They have all their tier 1s. They've taken down almost all of the tier 1s, and they have really excellent aggressive warding. They don't seem too concerned about the forest because they actually spent their wards here instead of instead of spending them in the forest to keep an eye on the Spectre. But they've been keeping the Spectre down quite well.
Yeah,
Still have not managed to get rid of it.
their warding is a little unconventional, at least to my brain box. Like, look, they're trying to... LTH is trying to deward them in the mid, but they can't because it's right over here. And they have good lane wards that are, you know, behind towers or were behind towers. There was one up here earlier that was giving a lot of good vision. I think Ogre wants to smoke. Tusk bought smoke as well. Ogre's had the smoke for a long time.
Yeah, they just haven't found an opportunity to use it. Let's see, what's let's back up. So they could probably do a pretty effective gank here if they wanted to. They're not seeing anybody on the map alone.
Aggressive smoke from AW. They're going to march right up the mid lane. And now cruising through the jungle. They know Spectre's there.
Yeah, this is great if they can hit out.
There's another strike on the Magnus. Yeah, that's just an easy pick off. And now they're charging. They want more. They're hungry.
When did they get the tier 2 mid? I did not see that happen.
It was after the last engagement, I surmise. And Wind Ranger takes out the Dazzle on the side as well. Missed out on that. We were focusing in on the big action mid.
Ancient Warriors just extend their gold lead. They're up now 7,500.
Yeah, I think they're going to stay aggressive. Marching as 3 to 5 at all times. It would be a good idea.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to do. Roaming is 4 to 5 and making sure to keep that Spectre down. keeping vision on the Spectre. It's like the wording is really good from the Warriors. LTH is at a huge deficit
Dire's
right
top tower is under attack.
Smoke on Ogre and Magnus. Panda Magnus. You know, I like the idea of a Centaur Panda. And here, I hear the charge. It's going down on Spectre, but he backs off. It's probably just a zoning or doesn't want to go uphill.
A little bit of flirting around in this tier 2. Ancient Warriors wants to finish off the vision for the Spectre so that she can't use it.
Viper is going to be stunned. This might be a true initiation. Spectre is haunting in. They have a lot of vision on the enemy team. Big Walrus Punch on Mommy Popsicle Dragon. Hurry. Oh, that's a 4-man stun. That is fantastic. The RP is out. Will it be enough? They pick up the Frostworm. Slowly clicking down. Can Spectre pull out of this? She's running away, getting away from the Slardar. He's taken little to no damage. Spirit Breaker's bashes are on point today. And that's a full team wipe.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that they went after the Winter Wyvern. She had used everything, so she was going to be useless in the rest of the fight. She had healed herself, she used Winter's Curse fairly effectively, and I'm surprised that they bothered to take her down instead of dealing with the true damage dealers.
I think the MVP of that play was June. That 4-man crush was fabulous. On the flip side of that, it does go to show you though, he got a 4-man crush, but then Magnus came in with the RP and he was able to lock down, I don't know, 90% of their team. It's like a 4-man RP just holding them still for his team to mess with them.
Yeah, and they nearly killed 3 or 4 of the team, but then they spread out after that RP hit.
And they still do not have a tier 1. LTH is gold starved on towers.
Yeah. A lot of gold in the bank, as Corey would like to say. So the Ogre, still broke, just has Trank Boots and nothing else. The Spectre finally managed to pick up her relic, 21 minutes in. Ugh.
I think Dazzle's even more broke. He's just got brown boots, I believe. While Wind Ranger has a Maelstrom, has her point booster, and a Blink Dagger. She's gonna go Ags and start right-clicking like you wouldn't believe.
Viper's got a Yasha. Like they just have so much more gold than LTH right now.
The only disappointment I have right now is that I have not seen a Bloodlusted tower.
Bloodlust has been used a couple of times pretty effectively, but it hasn't been the right targets, unfortunately.
I really love Bloodlusted towers.
Look what LTH is doing now. They've got 3 heroes protecting this Dazzle, or this Spectre up here at all times. The Ogre is just sitting in the trees behind, making sure that the Spectre can't get killed.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Warriors can they can just push wherever they want. They have the 5-man.
SNY is now complete on the Viper, and they just want to push into the tier 2. They've got the Aegis
Radiant's
on
top
Wind Ranger,
tower
or
is
actually
under
on the
attack.
Viper. I think tier 2 with it.
Yeah, he's flying in that SNY right now. That's really important.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
June is just hanging out in the
Radiant's
wings,
middle
making
tower
sure that
is under
his
attack.
4 players in the back are protected. Like, they committed 5 heroes to this, and they're not even worried about it.
They just LTH just they're like, we're gonna lose this tower. That's just how it is. They're just gonna play defensively and just stay back.
God, look at this. Like, the Magnus and the Ogre are just floating around Spectre the whole time. And as soon as they walk away, Spirit Breaker's gonna go kill Spectre.
Wow, look at him go.
I'm not sure that she's gonna be able to.
She might be able to. Depends on his bashes. Oh, dagger over the cliff. But if he gets vision, she is dead.
Yeah.
Winter Wyvern has a cheeky little spot. She flew up to the high ground and is hiding behind some trees.
Yeah, they want to get this tier
They
3
can't see her.
They want to get this tier 3. Ooh, they might be able to.
Nah, I just toggled vision. They can't see her.
They can't see
Oh,
her.
but they see Supercell. He's getting frozen up, so they might know she's in the area. That might have given her away.
She could be in the back.
I guess. Yeah, maybe.
Radiance comes out for the Spectre, that will change her farm curve quite a bit. She probably, I would guess, go for Manta next. Do you think that's a good for this group?
I don't know. I think she needs to get a big item and fast. Blade Mail might not be a bad idea. I know she is going the Radiance farming kind of build, but something big, something quick, maybe even a BKB just to stop the lockdowns.
Speaking of BKB, Slardar just picks up his, and that's going to change like significantly for him. Can BKB run in and crush and just do tons of work.
Only a BKB and Blink Dagger though.
Yeah, it is only 25 minutes. He's doing pretty well.
Well, I mean, I want to compare him to Windranger. Winranger's got almost a completed Ags. I think it's on its way soon.
Yeah, but Slardar's not a great farmer. If he's not getting kills, he's not able to farm very quickly. It's why if he gets shut down early in the game, it is incredibly difficult to pick back out of it.
Yeah, I totally recognize that.
Dire's
And
top
Spectre's
tower
all by
is under
herself
attack.
again, and the cow is coming in. It is a ticking clock. We'll see what happens here.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Next week on Dota 2, will Spectre survive this attack?
So Slider's just making space. He went into that mid lane and got beat up kind of hard, but he still has half his life while Viper was up top with June taking the top tower. June's playing a great Slardar. Like,
And he's crushing and destroying that Dazzle, right as you say that.
Yeah, just doing a great job. He's creating chaos around the map, making it so that the Spectre has to be protected almost at all times, which makes the Ogre really poor.
I think Rezac is also doing a great job just by having that presence as a Spirit Breaker. It seems like every time he charges the Spectre, it's a good time to charge the Spectre.
Right. They have good enough vision that they always know when she's alone enough that he can go in there and do some damage.
I think he's getting a little lucky too, because it seems like he's charging her and then she's alone. Like, even when he can't, he doesn't know. It's crazy.
Structures are fortified.
Windranger has her Ags, so these towers are not going to stay alive for much longer. LTH need to make something happen here, or else Ancient Warriors is just going to slowly plink away.
And they still have the Aegis. This has got to go away pretty soon.
Force Staff stun.
Dire's bottom tower has
That was very lucky because I think that Aegis nearly was expired.
Oh, it was probably, under 10 seconds away, I would say.
Got 4 minutes left on the next Aegis on Roach, and I suspect that once they get this Rax combo, they will wait.
Here comes Satsuki snowballing in on a deep target. He wants to hit as many people as possible. The BKB is on Slider, so it is protecting him. The bashes are just too much for Magnus, though.
top tower is under attack.
Spectre came in, but what did she really do? She really couldn't accomplish much except for dying and maybe doing a little bit of Radiance damage.
I'm not sure the buyback was a great idea. She can't do anything without Taunt on a buyback. What if her team's dead? They've only got some boards left and not a whole lot of control.
Yeah, that's just the end of that Rax, unfortunately.
And that sets her back significantly on her next item. She's only got 100 gold.
It is a big buyback, but now, I mean, I'm a silver lining kind of guy, and so the silver lining here is that she has Radiance, and the creeps are so pushed in on the bottom lane that it's free farm for her here right now until once the cooldown is off.
Not worth nearly as much.
That's true. I guess I'm just trying to play Roshan's advocate.
Yeah, if she doesn't play it carefully here, she could have a dieback.
I think that would.
Just gonna go mid.
I think the dieback would spell the end of the game for them.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a gem on the courier, so they're very interested in destroying the vision of LTH, but little do they know, there's not much
There really
vision.
isn't much. Well, we've been talking about this whole time. Oh, there goes some. There's some vision. That's good.
I like this Vlad's on Spirit Breaker. It makes him a little bit tankier, and it gives his team a lot of health steal because they've got two strong right clickers on their team, Viper and Windranger and Slardar, and so none of them have to build health steal.
That's but
Yes, 3. I forgot about Slardar.
The Vlad's on ranged heroes is new, isn't it? With 685, they modified it to allow ranged heroes to get health back. because it's built a lot more than it used to be.
Okay, a little bit of engagement on Viper. They really want to swing this around. The RP is strong, but Wind Ranger manages to take down the Tusk on the side. And here comes the Nether Strike. Earn charge on Magnus. Crushes off the mark because of the skewer, but he's still falling, and it looks like LTH wants to throw in the towel.
Yeah, that dieback from the Spectre was exactly what you were saying. Like, they're so pushed in on both lanes, they could have quickly recovered this. It was really well played by Ancient Warriors. They got a little behind at the beginning there, and then just picked up their lead. And as I was saying, they ended in under 30 minutes.
Yeah, very well played by Ancient Warriors. Strong lead by Last Tryhards in the beginning, but in the end, I think Ancient Warriors just came online mid-game and just started to do work.
Well, folks, thanks for listening. I am at DJ Sneak Dota. You can follow me on Twitter, and I'm with 71. If you like what you heard, follow us on Twitter at NMMDota, and check us out on Twitch at twitch.tv/NewMetaMedia.
Thanks all for watching. This should be a best of 2 if my knowledge is correct. So come watch us for the next one. And as I like to say, good fight, good night.
Six that do tricks, no hand flips, 39, 45, I be divine, 15's the answer, Trinity's the cancer, it's gon' reindeer, guess that's that prancer, that's 40 lights, shining in 40 ways, cause I don't know no days, I just know solar rays, I break myself up, that's duality, I don't make no mistakes, fuck a erase, feel the embrace, in the desperation, 6 degrees of separation. As I bite this fruit, what am I tasting? What is this being you call Satan? Or the serpent? Watch the 13. 456 is democracy. It's the eve of the atom at the tree. 3D, 3N, DN, or should I say?
Dire team back. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
Queen of Pain.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Imba Spirit.
Dire team pick. Dire team ban.
Hello and welcome back to the match between Ancient Warriors and Last Tryhards on the JDL Season 8 group stage game. I am your host, 71, with New Meta Media, and joining me is my good friend, DJ Sneak.
Hello.
5 seconds remaining.
I hope we're all doing well out there in Dota land, and for a quick summary for people just tuning in, Ancient Warriors had a strong first game between the two. They had a very strong 5-man mid game. And let's jump right into the draft. Ancient Warriors banning out the Darkseer as they did last match, and then following up with Doom and Winter Wyvern.
Yeah, we're
so
the same bands out of Last Tryhard, so they really
Radiant
don't. Well,
team
the Slardar might is new, so they're doing a respect band there. But the Earthshaker, the Darkseer is already gone. Shadow Fiend. Yeah, it's interesting bands because they're kind of being flopped around by the team.
yeah, last game we saw a great performance from June on that Slardar, so that has become a second round respect ban from Last Tryhards to Ancient Warriors. Oh, first round, you're correct.
I suspect that Ancient Warriors probably would have picked it up again. It was very
Radiant
effective and
team
it's
pick.
really good against Ember Spirit.
So Dazzle coming out for Ancient Warriors went to Last Tryhards last game, and they grabbed up the Queen of Pain. It was banned last game, so Ancient Warriors, using that Slardar in a, if you were to zoom out, in a strong way, that they forced them to ban the Slardar, and then Ancient Warriors get the Queen of Pain, who is a very strong hero.
Yeah, and also really good against Ember Spirit. I'm surprised that they picked an Ember Spirit into the plot. Once she gets Orchid, he didn't die very quickly. He's very squishy.
It looks like Last Tryhards is doing a ban for the Spirit Breaker. Ancient Warriors had Spirit Breaker last game, and he did a lot of work for them. Looks like they're picking him up just to avoid Ancient Warriors getting him. I mean, I don't know. They might have a Spirit Breaker player on their team, but that's what I see right now, which is kind of cool.
And they have the good roaming duo this time now. The Spirit Breaker Tusk, really strong, even though they didn't get the Dazzle. Like, Spirit Breaker and Tusk together is scary. Lots of lockdown. Tusk can do a lot with his snowball to change team fights. He can protect his teammates briefly. Hold them in the snowball while the team fight's kind of going on to re-engage in the fight.
Just to brainstorm here, I think Last Tryhards are going to be going for more of what Ancient Warriors did last game. Before they were kind of running a 4 protect 1 strategy, and it was really hard on the Spectre. Didn't really work out, and I think they're going to be going for an earlier fight build this time. Ember Spirit, once he gets, one of his first tier 1, tier 2 items, he can kind of enter the fray and kind of play around a bit. He still needs a little bit of farm, but he's got a little more escape and he's a little more obnoxious than, say, like a Spectre.
Yeah, and so we're still looking for like the carries from both teams, unless they send the Ember Spirit into the safe lane. I'm not sure how he fares against it in the mid.
I don't think it's a very good matchup for him. She can harass him out with her Shadow Strike and I think his Flame Guard. You kind of want to save that to absorb the magic damage and whatnot. The Poison Strike, I mean, you can use it defensively against this Poison Strike, but its cooldown is what? 35 seconds, and then we have cooldown for Shadow Strike is only 16. That's level 1. So Queen of Pain will definitely be bullying him out if she gets the chance. Bullying.
Silencer.
Dire team.
And I think Last Tryhards are just reinforcing what I said earlier with the Silencer. As soon as he gets his ultimate online, it is very rough for them to deal with. He can ruin that Bane's channeling ultimate. They can stop Queen of Pain from blinking away. Very strong pickup.
Yeah, the Silencer can also interrupt Bane's Nightmare or Fiend Scripts.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning about his ult. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You just don't listen anymore.
I
5
really.
seconds remaining.
We should get a couples counselor. Sorry. We're gonna be a little hokey here, but Silencer should be our couples counselor, so he can just shut us the hell up every once in a while. Silence.
Yeah, I think this might have actually messed up Ancient Warriors' strategy a little bit. They banned out the Disruptor for the Silence, and Last Tryhards kind of they read that a little bit. I'm not sure. Is this gonna be a support Silencer? He's just, I don't know. He's kind of weird in both support and like quasi carry lane.
He's a difficult nut to crack if you want to play him as a support. You have to. It's quite difficult. They could, you know what they could do? They could send him mid. I have fought Silencer mid, and it is not fun. I played against a gentleman or a lady, I'm not sure who it was, but just kept using Last Word and Glaives, and that's all they did to me mid lane, and it was very obnoxious. They didn't even put a point into Curse.
Yeah, but I feel like Queen of Pain is decent against that.
It's true. She does have the range to deal with that, so it's a good point.
Yeah, but I mean, definitely Ancient Warriors is now sitting on their hands a little bit. The Silencer really messed up their strategy.
Radiant
Wow. I like this. I don't get to see Nyx Assassin games very often, and he's a fun guy to follow around, so I'm excited to follow him running around getting ganks if he can.
Yeah, and this gives
10
Ancient Warriors
seconds
that
remaining.
map presence that we were talking about last game, where
5 seconds remaining.
even though the roaming duo of Tusk and Spirit Breaker is really strong,
Reserve
to
time.
keep Ancient Warriors from being too aggressive. Now Ancient Warriors picked up a little bit of that with his Assassin. He can keep eyes on the map. He can prevent them from being too aggressive, especially the Spirit Breaker.
And just like last game, we have 2 heroes, one on each side, whose non-presence makes a huge presence difference in the game. Nyx Assassin not being seen on the map, you're always wondering, is he vendetta? Is he coming to get me? And Spirit Breaker, if he's off the map, it's like, is he charging me? What am I doing? Where's my positioning? I gotta be really careful.
10 seconds remaining.
I wonder, and then we have a Clink span from last tryhards.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
think Ancient Warriors are going to be looking for more of a tanky carry here. Maybe like a Sven or something bulky that can really survive a lot. Because that Silencer,
Radiant team
as soon as he pops his ultimate, we're going to have a big scramble, a team fight. Ancient Warriors is going to have a really hard time protecting him, so he needs those hit points to stay alive, in my opinion.
Yeah, and they don't have a ton of right-click damage at the moment. I mean, Queen of Pain gets there eventually, but she's more... most of her power comes from... her abilities.
Yeah, Ancient Warriors has a strong nuke, I would say, from Vendetta and Scream and whatnot, and Bane locking people down. But Dazzle, let's not discount Weave. Weave is going to be knocking down the armor of last tryhards a lot, so that'll supplement the right click a little bit, not a whole lot, but you know, something. Oh my!
What?
Dire team pick.
Okay,
This must be a pocket strat right here. This is the weirdest team makeup I have seen in a long time.
I don't know if these 5 heroes together are a pocket strat, but I think that Meepo is their pocket strat. I think they have like a Meepo player or something, and now I don't know what Ancient Warriors are gonna do. I mean, this Meepo could be a bad pick into this. I mean, Queen of Pain, Bane, and Nyx Assassin can all kind of bully him around a little bit.
I mean, the Nyx especially can just
5
wreck
seconds
him.
remaining.
He is squishy early on until he gets lots of items.
Reserve time.
Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, if Bane gets his ultimate on Meepo and Nyx Dagons him, he's done for, but they have Silencer to supplement that. Spirit Breaker, Ember Spirit. Man, this is crazy. I'm curious what's going to happen here. I'm excited.
You think it's going to be a solo offlane Nyx? I was just thinking Nyx could be a support and they could send Bane as a core into the offlane. I've seen that happen.
All I have to say is my body is ready for this game.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to watch.
5 seconds
Hope
remaining.
you guys are all as excited as we are.
Look at put a point on the board for me. How many points does it take for you to buy me a beer?
I'd say at least 2 gold stars.
Oh man, how many points convert to a gold star?
Yeah, so we have a really interesting team composition here. I'm excited to see this game. Sven's definitely going to need a BKB, and I think BKBs for a lot of these heroes will help a lot. Queen of Pain actually might want to get a BKB pretty early too, just to not have to worry about the silencer ult.
So let's not put the pressure on, but June had a great game last time as Slardar, and I'm excited to see what he does as Nyx. You know, might not be his signature hero. Maybe Slardar is a signature hero, but I'm excited to see what he does with this. And who would you like to introduce? You can start us off, my friend.
Let's see. I'll do LTH. So on the Radiant, we have Hari on the Silencer. We have Donzi on the Spirit Breaker. Never Say No to Pain on the Meepo. Soul Eye on the Ember Spirit, and last but not least, Burros on the Tusk.
All right, thank you on that side, and then we'll do the side of Ancient Warriors DK. We have June on the Nyx Assassin. We have Iviz on the Dazzle. We have CY on the Queen of Pain. Stand-in Riziek. I don't think he's a stand-in. I think he's having trouble with his tag. Is on the Bane. And then we have... I already got Iviz on Dazzle. And then, last but not least, the big blue man, Supercell, on the Sfrin.
30 seconds to battle.
It looks like the Sun's going into the offlane. They could be...
A little bit of reveal. They know the Dazzle's down here, but now they see the Bane, so they know that there might be a little bit of a fight going on down here. They don't know where the Nyx is.
It's an odd, really early lane board here in the bottom lane for the Radiant. They're really concerned about ganks, I guess.
Yeah, I think they're going to try lane, and they want to zone out the offlaner. So the offlaner is going to have vision on him all the time so that they can get aggressive with him if they want. Say No to Panda picks up that early bounty rune, taking some right clicks from Riziek. We'll see what's going to happen to Riziek. I mean, Bane's a little tanky, but he's not that tanky. Man, this is an aggressive Bane. Look at him go. He's mad.
He's doing a lot of damage.
I think he's trying to get an early first blood with Brain Sap.
He might get it. Probably not.
I mean, it's only 90 damage, but it's a lot of damage. Okay, so it's an aggro tri-lane and a defensive tri-lane.
I like it. I think it's a good choice. They're gonna deny the Ember Spirit quite a lot.
That poor ward. That was just the worst spot to put it.
Well, they knew it was there.
No, the Obs ward? They didn't know the sentry was there.
No, they knew the Observer ward went down.
You and I.
I saw it go down. I saw it go down earlier. They saw the Bane walk up and put it down, which is why they dewarded it. Shenanigans!
Shenanigans.
Who's getting pistol whipped? Top lane, pretty standard offlaners against each other. So it's going to be a very active game, I think.
I don't know. Hari's going to be mainly in charge of the zoning, and I think it's going to be difficult for him. Spirit Breaker can charge to kind of harass out, but that's a difficult call with the... Yep, there's the heal bomb and possible other things. Bane coming around the back end to go on the Meepo. The Brain Sap hits, but is it enough? Meepo's got that early bottle. Here comes Hari. Oh, the Poop gets the first blood! Excellent play.
One thing to mention with this Silencer in the bottom lane, it's going to be really hard for Sven once Silencer gets a few levels. The mana drain is just going to wreck Sven. I played Sven when I first started, and one of the biggest problems for him is mana conservation. Like, he only gets one stun, and then his mana's out.
Yeah, it's a bit rough.
He does have a mango.
Not the most intelligent hero in the game, I would say. And I guess I misspoke. The Poof didn't get the first blood. The Silencer did, but the Poof did a lot of work to help with that.
I'm not. Was it close enough to actually do damage? Because I think the last word killed the Quap.
The last word did kill the Quap, but I think it was enough damage. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this Meepo going mid. I mean, Meepo mid is pretty sweet, but I think... Oh, I think Queen of Pain is going to win this lane from...
Let's
take a look at some of these stats, so let's back these up with some facts.
Under attack.
Some science. So Queen of Pain is bullying him a little bit. She's got a few more last hits. But I mean, he's right behind her, and every time she goes to roam, he's gonna be getting that gold, getting that XP, and he's already got his second Meepo, so he can rotate to the jungle if he wants, and just kind of poof in there and get some farm, and send one back to base if he needs to get those quick bottle charges. Bane sneaking around the back end again, threw down the obs. He sees the courier and Meepo. Meepo, he's floating around bottom. Meepo going on the dazzle, he got the Earthbind, and he's just going to blow him up with the poofs. Sven is going to try to run away. Charge is almost on cooldown. They might go on this. Spirit Breaker is a tanky fellow, but he decides in the end it's not worth it.
Yeah, he does have the mango for another stun. So if they had all gotten caught under power there, they didn't have any creeps, and I think Supercell probably could have killed at least the Spirit Breaker, if not more.
And this roaming Bane doing some work, but I think he needs to maybe reevaluate what he's doing here. He's got 2 gauntlets of strength. He wants to be tanky. He wants a little bit of extra right click, I guess.
Very angry, this Bane.
Yes, he is very angry. Yep, he's getting charged and snowballed. Threw a nightmare on himself defensively, but I don't think it's going to be enough. That is one tanky Bane. You've got a Spirit Breaker, a Tusk, and 2 Meepos right-clicking you, and it just takes forever to kill you.
Yeah, this is what they have to be careful. Oh, and the Tusk pops a salve, and it gets knocked out by the illusions from the Quap.
Oh, that's too bad.
This is something they have that Ancient Warriors has to worry about. If Meepo keeps getting killed, like, it won't matter how much farm he has.
And June, he has the lion's share of the last hits right now. He's got his arc boots at 5 minutes 11. He's just right clicking down here, getting him some gold.
Yeah, the Dire is doing exceptionally well on gold. This is exactly what happened in the last game. Like, Ancient Warriors weren't doing great at the beginning of the game, but they had such a significant gold lead. They're almost a 2,000 gold lead just from winning, despite the kills that have gone to LTH's.
Aggressive smoke coming out from Ancient Warriors. There's this scream that's gonna blow up Meepo. That was a Vendetta too. That was a Vendetta, Spike, excuse me, Impale, and a Scream. That's a lot of damage.
So that was a smoke that got them, because they do have quite a bit of ward coverage in this mid lane.
Yeah, they smoked. They smoked over the river. I didn't see the origin of the smoke. I just caught the end of it.
The December Spirit has to be careful in this bottom lane. There's a lot of heroes backing up this spend.
He doesn't have enough levels to get Remnant either. He can't Remnant away even if he wants to, but it looks like the rest of his team might be coming in. He's bailing. He's not interested in this.
And that is going to be tier 1 for Ancient Warriors. What's the L stand for in this game? Tryhards, but I can't remember what the L stands for.
Last.
Last Tryhards, okay.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's kind of like the Last Samurai.
Middle tower is under
Sort of like
attack.
the Last Samurai, I guess.
The Last Tryhards. I mean, with this lineup, I don't know. They are trying pretty hard. That Meepo's that's a hard attempt.
Fallen.
Let me get a little bit of an aggressive smoke from the Radiant here with the.
No, it's an invis. This is a snowball with two Meepos. Defensive Nightmare and a Shallow Grave. Meepo's TPing out. Very well played by the Meepo. Queen of Pain right-clicking. Sven comes in, stuns Virios. Heal Bomb comes from Dazzle. Meepo's still here. He's able to poof back in, but a two-man stun is going to say no. Ancient Warriors rolling over them just a little bit with 3 kills.
And here's where that gold lead makes a difference. They've just got more items, they've got more control, they've got better lockdown. Well, maybe not better lockdown. But the silencer pick, he's still
Radiant's
it's
middle
like
tower
60,
is under
so
attack. Dire's top tower
hard
is
for them
under
to
attack.
I really liked watching that Meepo play. He TP'd the one that was getting attacked out and then pooped him back in. It was very cheeky, very clever. I like it.
Is under attack.
pretty good with his micro. Oh, look at this Sven eating the stacks.
Yep, the whole team came and helped him out. They kind of babysat him a little bit. One person TP'd out, but they're keeping an eye on him. They're trying to starve this Meepo for farm because the Meepo, kind of like Alchemist, can retreat to the forest and kind of get those stacks and get some early power.
And again, Ancient Warriors has quite a bit of a vision advantage on top of Last Tryhard. There is good vision from this ward over here on the river on the bottom room. And that's been pretty effective. It's almost the full life of the ward. But this mid ward was just
Radiant's
to protect
top
the
tower
Meepo.
is under attack.
This mid ward here.
Yep. No. The Radiant's mid ward. No, I was saying that Ancient Warriors has excellent.
I see. I missed out on this mid ward. It's too many player icons blocking. Yeah. Bane has built his urn. I guess that's what he was using the strength for.
Dire's middle tower
It's good for
is
this
under
team.
attack.
They're a little squishy, and in these team fights, he can throw around the heal to help them out.
Solai really needs some items. He needs a few more last hits. He's at the top of his team, but at the a bit below 3 frontliners of Ancient Warriors.
Yeah, and Ancient Warriors has put their gold lead to 5,000 now. I mean, they're just pulling away, and they will continue to pull away. They are snowballing out of control. The Nyx is doing great, the Pop is doing great, and the Sven is doing great.
Do you think this is going to be a Dagon Nyx?
Ooh, yeah, probably, because he could blow up the Ember Spirit pretty easily.
He might be gone on right now. Don's charges in, but June knows it's coming. He impales him. Hari is right-clicking him. He might use the Vendetta just to get away. It looks like he will. There's the dust. It hits him. He's a little bit slower. They're playing the chase game. Hari's trying to right-click him down, but he doesn't have any more spells. Here comes the charge and the response impale. Queen is there to blow up the silencer. June is still invisible, and the heal bomb and shallow grave just to finish it off.
Yeah.
Wow, these impales on the Spirit Breaker, that is a frustrating play to deal with.
We were talking about how good the rotations were on Last Tryhard's last game at early game, which is why they had so many kills ahead of the Warriors. And this game, Ancient Warriors is showing that they can do exactly the same
Dire's
thing.
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Ancient Warriors had a lot of time to respond. There was a lot of chasing going on that Nyx. They might have done a little better to disengage, but who am I to say these things?
We're gonna slow down and get a little bit again.
Meepo's hanging out in the wings. I think he wants a piece of this Bane.
Yeah, tough kill. Real tough kill. Ember Spirit does jump back up. Down.
They know he's coming up, though. They have this ward up here, so they know he's coming. They can play defensively.
Meepo poops himself out to go to the mid lane.
I think we're gonna see that Dagon from Nyx soon.
A lot of heroes around this mid tower.
I think Nyx is pooling his gold so that he can kind of decide what he wants to build. Kind of keep a nice pool of gold, right-click something right away. You know, buy it all at once, surprise someone with it, or be versatile and be able to buy something else if they need it.
Yeah, and June's doing a great job of preventing the Ember Spirit from the farm. He's just bullying him out enough to force him back to his remnant.
Double damage.
Is he hitting him with a lot of mana burn? I haven't been watching.
Not really.
Okay. He just looks like he has near to no mana.
Wow, look at this ancient stack that Sven's taking. He just burned through 3 ancient stacks.
Oh, he had a DD and a Mask of Madness? Jeez. Yeah. And he uses God Strength? Oh my.
He's getting very close to his Blink Dagger.
Do you think it's going to be a Blink Dagger?
Yeah, definitely.
It'll be a strong stun on Meepo. He'll blink in, stun many Meepos if they're not spread out. Not to mention the rest of their team if they're near him. Meepo's trying to catch up and farm. They see the Sven. They might be interested.
Dagger is very close. There it is.
There's the dagger. He can blink in and initiate for the Bane, and Bane can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah. He's got a lot of control on his side.
Ember Spirit, he's got his escape plan down here. Remnant in the trees. Bane is just kind of hanging out. They've got vision on him.
Under attack.
Looks like the Meepo might be going for a BKB. It's necessary.
Broken line of sight. He's using his Fiend's Grip. There's the escape plan from Ember Spirit, though.
And the silence is expended. This is when Ancient Warriors wants to fight. That was a bait, a huge bait.
Nyx being spotted out by the sentry. Playing defensively. Sven comes in. He wants this jungle. He wants the num-nums.
Yeah, actually pretty slow game for the last few minutes. Boot is used. Oh, no, they're not going to commit. Yeah, so what do you think LTH needs to do here to come back from this game? They're at a deficit of more than almost 8,000 gold.
Well, they need to recognize that this Roche might need to be challenged, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they have enough time to get there fast enough.
Yeah, they're not in a position to push the tier 1 tower up top.
Yeah, so that's not going to happen. They need to secure some farm for this Ember Spirit and Meepo. Looks like Ember Spirit's doing his best. He's gotten Aquila. I don't know if he should just go straight right-click or needs to get that Battle Fury to kind of farm up.
Yeah, the Battle Fury, I think.
Dire's middle tower.
It looks like, on the other hand, Meepo has a Ogre Club. He's either building Ags or BKB, I would say. Ags is very strong. You get more Meepos, but if you're getting ruined, if you're getting focus fired on one Meepo, you're getting ruined, and that other Meepo doesn't matter. And BKB doesn't really work on him. What am I thinking?
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know why I even... It was just a knee-jerk reaction to Ogre Club.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The Ember Spirit really needs to farm. He is half of both Flop and Sven's network. Sven's just eating all of them.
Sven blinks in on the Meepo. He's wailing on him with the God Strength. He manages to take him down. Tusk is here to support and Spirit Breaker, so he's going to get locked down. Ember Spirit is interested in this too. So
a lot of gold he gave up.
That's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of gold, and it's a 1-for-1, but
way in favor of LTH.
I think Ancient Warriors need to make something happen here after Sven dying. They have the Aegis. They need to get aggressive.
He was really deep by himself.
Yeah, he was scouting out the Meepo down in the jungle. He thought he could go on him. They didn't have vision on the other heroes, I don't think.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Some
are
pressure on the top tier 1. They're probably
Radiant's
gonna
top
get it.
tower
I
is
don't
under attack.
see LTH responding to this fight.
Dire's bottom
Nyx.
tower
Heroes up
is
here.
under attack.
I didn't. When did Nyx pick up that Midas? I missed that.
I did too. His Dagon's gonna come really quick now, and he's gonna have a significant level advantage.
Queen of Pain picks up her Orchid, so she should be able to pick off whoever she wants.
Radiant's top tower.
Especially the Ember Spirit. I think that's the target for that Orchid. That's really important to her. Possibly the Meepo as well.
Interesting choice to put the
Silencer blown up. She didn't even need the Orchid.
interesting choice to put the Aegis on Flop.
Dire's middle tower
I feel like
is
it
under
would have been
attack.
better on the Sven, especially since he was so deep.
Well, I think because Quap is going to be the initiator, she's going to be running in, using her Poison Sting and her Screams. She wants to blow everything and then just right-click and make them deal with her. And she'll be the front runner with the Orchid as well.
Do you think the Sven a better initiator?
I mean, I guess it depends. I don't know. You could argue that the blink stun is very strong. You can also argue that Queen has a natural blink and a scream and a lot of AoE. So
I don't think that LTH wants to take this fight either. Meepo is really deep. He's
Radiant's middle
pushing it
tower
too.
has fallen.
Doing a pretty good job pushing it.
yeah, Ancient Warriors want to bait out the TPs. They want to force a fight. They have Aegis. They want to get aggressive.
We'll likely get this tier 2.
Dire's
Setting
top
up a
tower
little bit
is under attack.
mid lane.
Nyx is smelling this Meepo. He's interested. Oh, and the stun! Right click, mana burn, spikes, and there goes the Meepo.
I didn't even see the other Meepo. Does he have 3 Meepos now?
Yeah, the Meepo was hiding up in the forest, the tree line.
That was a very good lead from Dazzle. He pushes away the rest of the group.
I missed out on a silencer kill. Sven must have blinked on him and murdered him.
There he is, super deep again.
Bane is here to try and recover and help them out, along with Dazzle. That's a 4 for none. Oh, excuse me, Meepo died earlier. 3 for none. And they're gonna get the Ember Spirit as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a full general team wipe, I would say.
Yeah. Another 2,000 K gold swing. They're playing methodically. They have almost a 15,000 gold lead now. They're playing methodically. They're
Radiant's
playing
bottom
very
tower
carefully.
is under attack.
Now that the defender is in
Radiant's
that bottom
bottom
lane
tower
again.
has fallen.
And he has his
Dire's
midi.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it is huge, and it makes him huge.
That's true. Warcry and God Strength.
Yeah, he's gonna be a big old boy.
Look at this. Dazzle's walking around with a gem.
Yeah, it's a good early pickup. That's you can really shut down the vision game. Nyx really wants to make sure that he can run around freely, make sure there's no sentries. If they give up this gem, that could be bad for the Nyx, but we'll see.
Not really anybody that's safe to carry.
Out by this Nyx, the rest of the team is rotating. I don't think he has a TP. Oh, he does. It's on cooldown 4 seconds. Nyx wants this. The Orchid is used. He's nuked down hard.
He was deep too. I mean, I feel like both teams are making a few key mistakes, like just being too deep. Sven getting killed 5 minutes ago in that bottom lane by himself after Roche, and now the Meepo who's really far forward with no Meepo back home.
And it looks like Sven is going for a Chrysalis build. He wants to right-click. So I don't think he's going to be the initiator, like when we were talking earlier about who's the better initiator, who should have the Aegis. I think he's going to be the cleanup crew. I think he's the dumpster man.
Well, I mean, you see, when those 3 heroes went on him and Dazzle got the Shallow Grave off, he chewed through all 3 of those heroes with his cleave. June and Supercell are just doing a great job, like keeping the pressure up. I feel like they have less.
Meepo in trouble. Bane using his ultimate. Silencer trying to save him with the global silence, but it just isn't enough.
And we've only seen one quasi-effective use of that silence so far. That was to save the Emperor's here in the bottom lane.
Sven's popping God Strength. He wants to choppity chop on this tower.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower.
God, look at that damage. Jeez.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Queen has popped a DD.
And she's got an ag. She picked up an ag at some point.
Oh my.
Dire's bottom
We're missing out on big
tower is
item
under
purchases. Just too much to account for in this game, apparently.
Poor Ember's Spirit is still 1,200 gold away from his Battle Fury. He can pick up his thing one now, but he's probably saving the buyback since there's already gonna be pressure on their creatures.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Aim just picks up a blink dagger. He wants to be able to initiate as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like Bane tried to go on the Ember Spirit, but just wasn't fast enough.
Ember had a couple extra remnants, and it wasn't super feasible if the Bane was going to touch him out.
No, he doesn't have his Fiend's Grip either. It's still on cooldown, so. Meepo's discovering that the Ancients aren't there. Sven's got a haste. This could be trouble for the Meepo.
It's ships passing in the night. They didn't see each other.
Exactly. I have not seen the Spirit Breaker making much of a difference in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, they haven't been using him to create space for the Meepo and the Ember Spirit. It's mostly, I mean, just like the silence, it's been defensive.
I think a big part of that too is they don't have a lot of vision, unfortunately, for their team to have that Spirit Breaker utilize as charges. And if they do get vision, it just gets dewarded, like here.
Yeah.
The gem is kind of ruining that.
Yeah, like Dazzle, I hadn't considered Dazzle as a good carrier for sentries, but it's pretty incredible.
For the gem, yeah, he has a bit of survivability with Shallow Grave. He's put no points into Poison Touch. He's like completely defensive and
yeah. Well, it's been really good this game so far. They haven't really needed Dazzle to be slowing people down.
The rune of illusion.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ember Spirit's still working hard on that Battle Fury.
One thing I'm always impressed about these pro and semi-pro teams is their ability to board at the right times. Like, Dazzle dropped a board in the bottom lane. Great board placement, and just before the Radiant Street Break showed up. I do not have that.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Steve Creek got the tier 1 mid for Ancient Warrior.
Meepo getting gone on a little bit and gonna fall. Here comes the snowball punching Nyx, so we're gonna lose the Bane and the Nyx for the Meepo.
Oh, and that wasn't the gem. I'd say that was the gem, but
No, you're color racist, and you think Bane and Dazzle look alike because they're purple.
shut up. Oh, look at this. Roche comes up just as Sven's waiting for it.
And apparently Sven is psychic.
Who knew? Being blue makes you psychic. It won't be a super quick ward, but it will be a well-protected ward, or not ward, Roche. Really nothing. Even if LTH this was going on, it would stop it. Debo's the vast amount of their damage. His 4 Ember Spirit. Oh, he just completed his Battle Fury. Oh no, he doesn't have his Perseverance yet, so he's still about 1,000 gold away from finishing his Battle Fury. This is going to be maybe a 27-minute Battle Fury. It's not often.
Now, this Queen of Pain has picked up a plate mail. I think it could be AC, but I'm going to put my money on Shiva's, actually.
That'd be good too.
Yeah, blink in, Shiva's Scream, Murder Town.
Scary.
She's got a lot of gold. She could pick it up. She looks like she's already saving up for the Mystic Staff to complete that. Or, well, not complete, but get it going. And we've got an aggressive smoke coming out from LTH. They're cruising by this Invis rune. I bet they really want it, but they can't risk picking it up. Nyx is wrapping around. They spot him. He blinks. Looks like they're hunting this Bane. It seems like Bane knows, though. He's playing
Radiant's
so
bottom
defensively.
tower is under attack.
They might have. They didn't. I guess they didn't see the smoke, but there's nobody on the map besides the depot, so they might have just owned up to it.
Nyx has his Vendetta, blinks out very quickly.
Yeah, I think that he was trying to bait them.
Bait the dust, yeah. And here comes Spiritbreaker, he's charging. I think this might be a defensive charge. He might be trying to protect this Meepo.
Just hitting right to the bottom lane.
Queen is jumping on the Spiritbreaker. That Orchid is doing work. I think he's gonna die to the poison, and he does. Wow. And she has the presence of mind to TP out immediately in case anyone else tries to go on her after taking him. Very strong
she knew
play.
that Meepo was in the general vicinity and let the Orchid finish off the Spiritbreaker. Now it looks like, can you still cast while you're teleporting? Did you cast a scream?
I think it was a she screamed earlier, and she Spiritbreaker used the urn on her. Just I think as a last ditch effort.
You were right about the Shiva's Guard. The rest of the sitting on the Silencer. He still doesn't have 2,000 net worth. He is the poorest hero of all time.
Meepo's having a hard time too. All he really has is his Ags. So no real other items to his name. No Blink Dagger to get that initiation or escape those many poofs. Meanwhile, Sven has a BKB, and he's got probably a Daedalus on the way.
Yep, this.
Yep, there it is.
So Shiva's for the Clop. I think they're reaching an item threshold now that they can push Fear Freeze and probably.
Yeah, the item threshold is about to hit, and they're all grouping up. They're gonna be pushing this lane. They're interested in getting some kills. Nyx is Vendetta up. He's gonna pick off any stragglers who are outside the base. It's really important for LTH to play this defensively and use the high ground to their advantage. And speaking of using the high ground to your advantage and not being outside the base, Silencer gets melted.
He is so efficient right now. There's really nothing.
And Sven blinks in, goes on the tusk. That crit is strong. Spiritbreaker wants to casually hit Sven, but he's too strong. Even with the Mask of Madness on, when God's Strength is gone, he's a beefy bastard.
Just aiming there, finishing off that tier 3.
And Meepo has his Blink Dagger. He might be able to blink in and Earthbind some folks. We'll see how this works out. He's got a chance to initiate. Gets the Sven. They still have a defensive Dazzle, though. They can keep that Sven alive if they want with Shallow Grave.
And they have the Ace still, so... That was a very quick melee round. That's 30 minutes, and I don't know, I mean, Ancient Warriors, they're showing their dominance once again in the mid-game.
Strong presence of mind to take out the melee barracks, ignore the range barracks, and just let the range barracks be an open wound there. They really picked their battles. Oh, Bane falls to the Meepo. Meepo in a 3 versus 1 is doing work. Got a double kill.
There's that offensive silence that did really good work. A lot of gold just went to Meepo, even though he died. He netted 1,200 gold from that fight.
Very strong.
Got it.
Incredible. Even though he died, I mean, it is a long death. 60 seconds. That's a lot of gold going his way. He hops ahead of the Ember Spirit after those 2 kills. Who finally completes his Battle Fury. Yay!
That's good for him. He got a drums too, though.
Yeah. And looks like we got a little bit of an aggressive smoke coming out from LTH again.
Selfless support from Silencer. Right after they smoke, he throws down a sentry just to make sure that the other team didn't see, to make sure his teammates know that they are safe in their smoke.
Roche coming up in 2 more minutes. I suspect... Wait, that was a quick burst. Pops, yeah. So I think this is probably the GG push once they get Roche, assuming that the Team Warriors get this. If LTH can contest it or get it themselves, they can definitely push up the team a little bit longer to give the Ember Spirit more time to come online. Still under 10k net worth. And we've got Sven at twice his net worth at 19.7.
Nyx has a fair chunk of gold. Wow, Silencer. He's buying out all the wards.
That's all he's doing. Wards and smokes. He's got tranks and that's it.
So Nyx has a fair chunk of gold. What do you think he's going to pick up? Do you think it's going to be a sheep stick?
I don't know. I suspect he might be going for very quick Dagon. Like, he just comes out of nowhere and blows Silencer up or blows Meepo up. With like a Dagon 3, perhaps? I don't know. He could be saving for buyback too.
They still have that gem on Dazzle, right? Man, that poor Silencer. He just has to sink so much gold into wards.
Yeah, vision that's not sticking around very long.
Unfortunately, it's a poor investment, but A, needed, and B, he's got to do it. It seems like.
Ooh, that's bad.
baited the global silence. Oh, bottom. That's why he's silenced. Now he's getting gone on by Bane and Sven.
Dire's top tower is
Sven's being charged by the Spirit Breaker. They want to lock him down, but he has the BKB. He could use it. Defensive Nightmare. Pops his BKB. He's just cleaving the hell out of Meepo. The Shallow Grave is on him. He can just hit anyone he wants. He blinks in, gets aggressive. Ember's able to disjoint the stun, but he's still going to fall to the Queen of Pain Scream. Sven is down for a while, but Meepo's doing work. He has to buy back.
This might be an overextension. Maybe not. I mean, that was a lot of gold.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fast blink from Nyx. Angry pings coming out.
Wow. Yeah, the 5k net worth in Ancient Warriors' favor. Sven came out on top even though he died.
It was a big play from Sven. He had his BKB, he had Shallow Grave on, he blinked past the tower and just like zoned them out completely. I think the only problem was that the rest of his team couldn't get there fast enough to back him up. He was just so fast with the Mask of Madness and the blink that they just couldn't get there to help him. If they had been there to help him, that would have been a disaster for LTH.
Did LTH lose anybody from that engagement? Did they lose? I mean, the dieback. Did they have any buybacks from that engagement? I don't think so. But that was 3 buybacks from LTH.
Yeah. So buyback status is shown.
Wow. Ember bought back. Meepo bought back, and the Spirit Breaker bought back in that fight.
Another smoke coming out from LTH. And Nyx Assassin murders Silencer in the bottom lane.
Silencer basically can't come out of base anymore. Even though he had this sentry right here and saw him.
Queen of Pain being got on. Bolos are just a little off the mark. Shiva's is doing work though. They can't right click her down. She's got a BKB. She screams. Bane uses the Nightmare to hold Spirit Bearer in place so they can kill him.
That has got to be game.
That's,
there's no way that Meepo can hold this by himself. We don't have buyback Contender or Spirit Breaker, and the Silencer hasn't done anything this game, basically.
Well, if anyone can do it, maybe it's Meepo. So.
Yeah, well played.
Yeah, Sven's crits, the Daedalus, coming online, just, oh man, that was so strong. It made such a difference.
Yeah, we have another sub 40-minute game. Ancient Warriors just took their advantage and kept pressing it.
Yeah, a fun 2 games. Thanks for joining us on the JDL Season 8 group stage between Last Tryhards and Ancient Warriors. Final verdict is Ancient Warriors 2-0. I'm 71 with New Meta Media, and DJ Sneak, why don't you play us out?
Yeah, I'm at DJ Sneak Dota on Twitter, and if you like what you heard, go ahead and follow us on Twitter to see when we go live at NMMDota, and you can see us on Twitch at twitch.tv/New Meta Media. I'm at DJ Sneak Dota. Have a good night, folks.
I'm 71. Good fight. Good night.